Hey YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing amazing. We are jumping into the band called Ethereal Blood with a song called Night of the Lecherous Dead. Let's go, man. Let's see. Totally thought Spotify wasn't going to work for a second, but I don't. Alright then, man, let's see where we're going. This is one of your Flesh God Apocalypse already. But still, let's see. I may get some sexy violence to start with. What more do you need in life? Besides violence. This is crazy as fuck, man. Really crazy as fuck, man. Is this down as well? It sounds just like him. I swear. No, is it though? It sounds just like him, I swear. 1 second. Ethereal Blood, singer. Literally sounds just like him. Present. Remember, no, it's something completely different, I think, but sounds just like him, man. Crazy. It sounds cooler to be fair. I haven't listened to Crazy in such a long time, but this is very much like a different version or a different take on it, if you will. I swear, is it just he sounds just like Danny Foles, right? I swear it is, it might be him. Interesting, man. I never thought I would hear something Cradle-esque, man, in like the stream, but okay. Like Cradle were one of the first bands that I got into. Actually, they were one of the first that like I saw live and stuff. I think I saw Cradle when they were on the Nymphetamine tour. You know, when that album released a long fucking time ago. No, I mean, but when that first released, somewhere around there, like I think it was just before he lost his voice fully, like when he still had some kind of voice left. So, but still. Let's see where we're going lyrically, man. Throughout mankind's history, there have always been days revered. Yeah, he did. He blew his voice. When the veil betwixt life and death is gossamer thin and sheer. When the great majority mass themselves and seek an evening's fun. To sing and dance in bass relief with sweet meals yet to come. So yeah, when people choose to go and have fun and dance to do other things, where they seek to do all these things, where there's a thing between life and death, and everything is thin and sheer, where people decide to distract themselves in a way. In the tombs of long-forgotten ghouls of a misty mountain pass, the handfuls of decrepit denizens talk in whispers of the past. From their coffins, crypts and unmarked holes, they chatter endlessly. 'Neath the moon and fog droves abound nostalgic reverie. So, like, yeah, if the ghouls within the coffins and crypts is more vampiric, right? Of life and loss and true love known, from these desiccated wraiths of flesh and bone, a yearning profound from the tenement ground. For the little things they had all known. And these things miss most by these pitiful ghosts. Every one of them denies, the mere mention of which gives the lion itch. They hasten to the itches, I'm guessing, is the thirst of blood, I'm guessing. And obviously going into all of this, like, whatever, a good night's fuck, and with any luck, they could rest in peace as well. And with passions aflame, who of us could blame the atrocities that befell? A good night's suck. I love that metaphor, that double entendre between the sexual metaphor and the sucking of blood metaphor, which is like, you know, having the two like intertwined perfectly. Then in the dirt they will tuck their jovial weary heads, spent from the unspeakable debauch, on this night of the lecherous dead. Like the lecherous, like the perverted vampire, the perverted vampiric dead is what I'm assuming, and it does match the imagery. I agree, totally. It does. And yeah, man, let's keep going.
Denied the dimension of which gives a lost ambition that they hasten to satisfy. A good night's fuck, everything he locked, make it rest in peace to fall. And with passions of flame, who will bust just blame the authorities that befall. A good night, something in the death out time, but don't you weary head. Spin from unspeakable to watch. Down this night of the Lecherous down. They dig and crawling on the wounded when mentions descending free. Stretching literary losing all to getting powerless guns and
But this sounds fucking cool though. Like better than Predator, in my opinion. Like much stronger than Predator. Unless you're talking very early Predator, but besides that. I love it. The reason like why I love Cradle is because it's poetic. Like the way Daddy writes is very much like poetry. And this is very much in that same kind of style too. Oh shit. That's creepy. That's a bit creepy right there. That bit right there, that's very creepy, but triple. The imagery is insane. Oh shit, yes. I thought it was going to be creepy as fuck, but yeah, it was. Boy, man. It's pure vocal driven, but it's still fucking awesome at the same time. Like, I love music that has such great lyricism. Yeah, it's the most fun things for me to break down. I mean, to try to make sense of all this shit too. It's a lot of breakdown, but whichever way. So, they dig and they crawl and are rewarded when the turf doth set them free. Stretching leathery limbs, singing mocking hymns to the powerless gods that be. Like, because if you're a vampire with, like, or inhuman or are dead but still alive, in a sense, man, then the gods don't really exist. You're the god in that situation. The rakish fiends from the bowels of Hades, dreaming of young and older ladies, all quivering mouths and silken thighs. So yeah, they're, what's the word I'm looking for? They're, what's the word I'm looking for, man? They are romanticizing and then sexualizing, and then they are giving into their carnal desires, all screams and coarse phlegmatic sighs. So yeah, like all the pleasures of sex and everything else in between, they knock upon the village doors to solicit a maggoty kiss. That's kind of fucking nasty if they're already dead, mate, but whichever way. I don't know who George A. Romero is, but sure. Never saw it quite like this, falling upon the slumbering women like eager ruffians. So as they've had sex and drank and danced and they're passed out and tired, that's when they pounce. I mean, no ears to hear their pleading. They're exalted in their sins. So yeah, they rape them basically, if you want to make it into simple terms. But the men fare worse, though they kick and they curse at a risen wanton whores. So like, as the women are bitten and taken advantage of and turned into cold things or dead things, that's when they straddle the men, and the men cannot protest because they weaken and weaken and weaken, and it turns into an orgy of the Greeks of old, like the Greeks of old. As the warm living flesh is like allowing the members who turn cold to have their way, to feed, to have sex, to do whatever they want to do. A glinting, cloudy cataract eyes. Like cataracts where you can't see, obviously. Consent matters not for those who have died. And yeah, that's very true. I don't think there's any law. Well, there's laws against nymph. That's not entirely true. It's like, I know. Like, I'm pretty sure there is laws against having sex with dead bodies, to be fair with you, but still. That's such a cool fucking moment. That was interesting, man. That's quite the fucking story, if I'm being honest. As you do, man, So yeah. Never acts of lust so foul, for mortal defiance on the prowl, so vulgar as to make it seem they invite angels to intervene. 2 or 3 on 1, man, that's a lot. To be fair, that's just like overkill in my opinion, mate, but whichever way. Racing against the rising sun, so they're just going and going and going to beat the rising sun to go back to their graves. For climax, ere the crow doth call. Like the crows are calling because there's like dead around, and obviously the crows always go around the dead. They are warm again in the world of men. Through raped and racked embraces, orgasm returns to faintest blush to these sallow, sunken faces. Like, yeah. Basically, they're basically fucked to almost death, or even to death, or past that point, or whichever way, man. 'Twas a good night lick of forgotten pricks that washed their gripes away. 'Twas a hasty thrust that's fucking good to penetrate their crust, man. Like, you know, where it's becoming crusty and nasty, and I don't even want to think about that, man. Bar romance and foreplay. Just a brazen shunt of neglected cunts. Ere returning to stony beds, basically to their coffins and wherever else. Carnal needs fed, and no bastards bred, as in like no fatherless children bred. On this night of the lecherous dead, of the horny dead, or whichever way you want to go about it. The lyricism is insane. The imagery is creepy as shit. But musically, I know over it's actually like a pretty decent song. Like, I love the lyricism. I hate I hate the imagery. Like, and yeah, makes sense, right? Pretty sick request, and man, not what I was expecting, but still awesome nonetheless, man. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy, but let me know what you think of the lyricism and everything else down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
To the brains and shine to